All right, thank you so much for staying with us still on the program, still TMI on the ITV network. From our Benin Network Center, let's dive into the next conversation we'll be having this morning, polio eradication, a Rotary's effort in ending polio. I have joining me live in the studio the district governor of 9141, Rotarian Anthony Wogire, and also have Rotarian Kelechi Ekeze, the district secretary of Rotary 9141, live with me in the studio this morning. Good morning, gentlemen and lady. Good to have you both.
Good morning.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Talking about polio, you know, growing up, we see those who talk about polio, how it affects children and even deform them at a point. What is the Rotary Club really doing to help with this menace of polio?
Okay, good question. So polio has been in the world. I need to start from the background so that you understand where we took it from.
Okay.
Polio has been in the world from ages before now, and a lot of people were not aware of what the problem was until 1985, when Rotary International made a promise to children of the world that they are going to eradicate polio from the face of the earth. And it was a very strong decision which developed into World Health Organization taking it up as a global polio eradication initiative in 1988. As at that time, we had over 350,000 cases of polio in 125 countries. And Rotary took up that challenge. And I'm happy to inform you that as of today, Rotary has nibbled down those 350 cases to just about 6 in only Afghanistan and Pakistan. So by percentage-wise, we have eradicated polio by 99%. We just have 1% left.
Okay.
And we are heading towards completing that task. You know the challenges in Afghanistan because of the war.
Yeah.
That's why we've not been able to fully eradicate polio from the face of the earth. But Rotary's vision and plan is that before 2030, we'll get the job done. We have made a promise to the children, and that promise must be fulfilled.
Okay.
And it involves a lot of additional work, partnership with stakeholders, like as I said, World Health Organization, UNICEF, they are partners, government are key in this eradication process. And Rotary has been able to put about $3 billion into this fight against polio to create the vaccine. This vaccine is required to eliminate it. Polio attacks children from 0 to 5 years, and it can be contacted through fecal feces that is passed through the water that the child takes. And in that process, the child can be infected. And for Nigeria, we had a case until 2020, when Rotary was able to fully eradicate polio from Nigeria, September 2020. We are 5 years gone now, no incident of polio again in Nigeria, but we are not stopping. We are increasing the campaign, the awareness to eradicate, to make people aware about this polio virus, because we don't want it to come back. If we go to sleep, there's tendency that it will come back. We have what we call circulating polio virus that is still existing, and also the white polio virus is not what we've had now. But if you allow the circulating virus to continue to grow in your environment, the tendency is that you have the white polio virus, which is the one that strikes the child between 0 to 5 years. Okay. So that's why Rotary is trying to do more campaign, tell pregnant women and mothers, let's take this thing serious. Immunize your child between 0 to 5 years. Okay. Just 2 drops of the vaccine will do the job.
Immunization is the question I will ask her, because she is a female. Yeah. Resistance to immunization by mothers who tell you in pidgin, I don't know what you want to give my pikin. How do you guys fight against that? Because you are female.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Of course, we'll have the challenges. We'll talk about raising funds for polio eradication. Yeah. It is not just about the vaccines. Okay. We have what we call the Polio Plus. The Polio Plus are the items we give to incentivize mothers. Let me use the normal parlance, maybe bribe them, make them feel happy. Yes, when we go to eradicate, we don't just go for polio immunization. Okay. We also maybe have some things that can help the mothers. We'll give health talks, we'll give packs, and it makes them happy and able to bring out their children. In far north, we'll go as far as providing food items for families just to eradicate one child, to immunize one child. The vaccine costs about $26.5, something around that.
For one of the vaccine?
Yes, for a drop.
Okay, a drop.
Yes, but for us to carry out the IFO, we could spend thousands of naira for a child to be immunized because we know the effect, we know what we want to achieve. So we go as far as we can give mothers wrappers, we can give food items.
To that extent?
Yes. Yes, wow. There are some communities that they give scholarships to children, so their parents will bring them out for immunization.
Okay, let's talk about the awareness, because like she said, because when you are not aware of something, there's this saying, I'm trying to remember the word, abuse is inevitable or something. There's a statement of such. Now, if the people are not aware of these things, how would they really bring out their children or allow their children to be immunized or for them to get the vaccines? Because like she mentioned, a core note, and it seems like this is where the basic crux of this thing really is dominant or domicile, probably because of their level of education, their level of awareness. How do you guys tackle that as well, making people to know that this thing is a deadly disease? Don't allow it to stay in the lives of your children, because we're saying a lot of them, matured man is crippled using a wheelchair and all that. It could also be the cause. Awareness. How do you work about that?
So Rotary has invested a lot in awareness. That's part of what we are doing right now. Okay. That's why we are here.
Yeah.
From this conversation, those listening to us can help cascade the message. So we try as much as possible to go to the markets. We go to the immunization centers, health centers. Is where every Rotary club is most likely assigned to an health center to try and cascade the message to mothers, because that's the point where we can get them. It's easier this way because the mothers come out. We try to tell them the impact. We show them films. We spend money on flyers. We spend money on... Every year, Rotary has dedicated a day, October 24th, for World Polio Day. That day, we carry out, apart from immunization, we carry out polio walks around all the cities in the country. So those are the areas we are trying to see how we can help. We try to reach out to the government, and government is very supportive. I need to thank the state government, respect the state governments in Nigeria. They are supporting Rotary in this fight, because it's not easy to nibble down to the interlands. There are some places you cannot get access to because of logistics, but we try as much as possible to navigate our way there. Up north has been the greatest challenge for Nigeria, and that's why we even lasted up to 2020, because the northerners, they have their respective rules. You cannot access the internal areas of their homes.
Sharia laws and
Sharia laws and all that. So Rotary has to start to develop different tactics by getting women. Because of the war in the north, a lot of women don't want to work as volunteers in our organization. We have to encourage them to go. They are the ones that help us break that barriers by going to the homes to help immunize the children. Because without immunization, there's absolutely nothing you can do. A child is at risk of polio. So we try as much as possible to go to all the nooks and crannies of the cities and cascade this message. Today, by the grace of God, we are going to launch 2 billboards, thanks to the clubs in Edo State. I'm actually in Edo State as part of my visit as a governor to visit one of my states. And they've done 2 fantastic billboards, one at Airport Road and one in Ring Road. The essence is for people when they are passing, look at it, you see how I'm immunizing a child, a live picture. So that should stir up more awareness. What is this about? People should ask questions. And from those questions, lead to answers. Because when I was growing up, I saw children with deformed limbs.
Yeah.
I had a mindset that, oh, their mothers were very wicked. That would they allow a child to have a deformed limb? But when I joined Rotary, was when I understood better what the challenges were, that those children were not immunized between 0 to 5 years. So the key message is that when women are pregnant, they need to be aware that this vaccine is very key for their child. Just 2 drops and your child is saved of all this form of deformed limbs. But if people are not aware, people are still running away. I was in this last October 24th. This year, every year, Rotary in Nigeria decide a particular district that hosts the World Polio Day.
Yeah.
This year, it was hosted by the Shina 127 in Abuja. I was in Kuje district. And somebody told me that they don't understand why I must give vaccine to their children. I had to go into the local language, communicate to them. Then I said,
as exposed as Kuje is.
I'm telling you. That was shocking to me.
Yeah.
But I had to go into the local language. Painful part, I couldn't speak Hausa. If I was able to speak Hausa, I would have done more justice. But I went to Pidgin. I left English and I went into Pidgin. And I told them the basics. These are the implications of not giving this vaccine. They said they didn't know. That they thought the vaccine will have a counter effect on their child. I said, it's absolutely nothing. The first guy that invented this oral vaccine was Jonas Salk in 1953. He tried it on himself and his family.
Yeah.
And the next year, they tried it over 1.3 people in Finland, USA, and another country, and nothing happened. So from there, that's where Rotary certified that vaccine is fit for purpose. Until date, we've not had any incident of anybody that took the vaccine that had a reaction of any form. So the vaccine is very safe. Mothers should feel very free to give their children immediately they are born till they are 5 years, because the risk of that deformed limbs from polio virus is between 0 to 5 years.
Okay, let me come to you. Still talking the mothers and how they show it, because all of these things boils down to first the acceptance of the mother of the child.
Yeah.
Before, because if a parent, a mother especially, does not allow you to administer, I don't think you can force beyond the will of the mother.
Yeah.
So at that point when there is resistance by some mothers, probably because they are not aware or they are not educated, they've not been enlightened, what do you guys now do in that situation? And also, a case where a child is already a victim of the polio, what do you people also do in that situation?
Okay, I think we all know that every mother wants the best for the child. Every mother, yes. I don't think there's any mother that will see something that will benefit her child and she wouldn't want to do it. Of course, we'll have education barrier, we'll have religious barrier,
language
we'll have
barrier, also,
we'll have that fear of, oh, what are they giving to my child? So apart from us trying to put in our personal effort, we also employ the services of people they look up to, especially their religious leaders.
Okay.
Once a pastor tells a mother do this, the mother would likely do it.
Absolutely.
Once a superior, a husband, somebody they respect, somebody they look up to, tells them to do that. Once their medical consultant tells them to do something. Yeah. So what we also do is that we ensure that mothers attend antenatal before having their children. During the process of antenatal, they are taught about the vaccines, the routine drugs for their babies, and all of that. So our major challenge is actually getting mothers to attend antenatal before having their babies. Like in my club in River State, we'll have some programs where we'll offer free antenatal for mothers. In that way, we'll have solved the issue of, oh, I cannot afford antenatal because it is expensive. So we'll have that insurance covering some mothers, which we are also employing a lot of people to join. If mothers have access to medical care before having their babies, it will also reduce the likelihood of them objecting to vaccination for their babies. So mothers are actually the primary caregivers of babies. Exactly. They're the ones that bring the...
Yeah, that's why I'm always channeling the mother question to you.
They're the ones that take the children to the hospitals. Yes. So we're doing a lot of that, and we're happy that they're catching up. But we spend money getting, what do they call them, influencers. When they see somebody, they're an idol, a TV star, somebody they look up to, telling them, oh, immunize, they'll definitely throw that way. So a lot of effort. Rotary spent a whole lot of money in the campaigns. Because we will spend, no matter the millions, but as long as we have a child immunized, it is beneficial for all of us.
Yeah. At the end of the day, your aim has been met.
We talk to churches, we go to the mosques, traditionalists, whoever will tell them, please, this is the reason, this is the need, this is the importance of having a child immunized. And they help us pass these messages across. And we'll see the mothers accepting to have their babies. Well, in addition to the things I told you about.
Okay, you can't take away that part.
You can't take away that it works like magic.
Wow. So that odd part also works like magic.
Yes, it works a lot. When you give a mother wrapper,
she'll be excited.
She'll be very excited to present her baby for vaccine.
All right.
So while I was in Kuje, just to add to that, while I was in Kuje, I tried to explain to them too that I was when there was COVID, I was pushing back on taking the COVID vaccine. I was one of those that didn't believe in taking the vaccine. I said, I'm not convinced. I thought it's a propaganda. But when COVID struck me, I was down for 3 weeks. When I recovered...
COVID struck you?
Yes.
In person?
In person.
Okay.
So I used myself as an example to them. That when I got healed, nobody told me to go and take the vaccine. I drove myself to
the hospital or to the center.
Because I knew the impact of what I went through.
Yeah.
So you don't wait until it strikes, because the bad part about polio is that when it strikes you, there are two things that will happen to you. Either you are deformed or you die. The impact of the severity of the disease can lead to death. So the worst that happens is those that you see that have deformed limbs, were able to survive the attack. Some die. So why will you wait for it to strike you when with just 2 drops you are done?
Okay, talking about how you guys get, you know, support and aid outside the international support you get, and probably this maybe from some of the state government, as the case may be. Do you also get aid from other organizations, maybe bigger, you know, organizations in Nigeria who are also part of your campaign to end polio?
No, that's the side that we are calling for help within Nigeria. We need more support. Most of the vaccines you see and funds you get,
so more like Oliver Twist asking for more,
are raised by Rotarians, really. Rotarians, friends of Rotary, government organizations, and we have international partners like Bill Gates. It used to be Bill and Melinda Gates until they had their divorce issue. Bill Gates Foundation supports us with whatever we contribute to the polio fund. Twice.
Wow,
so
that's great.
So if we raise like $100,000, Bill Gates Foundation will match it with another $200,000 to make it $300,000. So the onus is on us now to raise those funds. There are people outside that are ready to match with us to ensure that we move. But we need help locally. If other bodies can partner with Rotary in this organization, in this fight against polio, will be highly appreciated. Because the race is not for somebody like me. I've exited. I can tell you that I have nothing to lose fighting for polio. But we have to fight for every child to be alive. You don't know which child will be saved. Just to put on the table why we need to do the support quickly. There was a particular guy in Sri Lanka. I will share this story. He was met by a Rotary Club. He was not a Rotarian, met by a Rotary Club to help with an incubator that helps preterm babies. And the guy said, the way I would place it in Nigeria so that people can understand the dimensions, it was like in Yola part of Sri Lanka. The club was in Connaught. The club was in Osogbo. So no relationship.
So there's a distance.
There's no relationship in terms of dimension. So they reached out to him and they said they need an incubator that is worth $500,000. The man said, why not? He gave them the check. Is it not for humanitarian work? He approved the money and paid. And they bought the incubator and kept it in Osogbo. His daughter now married a guy from Osogbo and they were living in Lagos. When the daughter was 7 months pregnant, she now said, oh, I want to go and greet your mother in Osogbo before I give birth, so that when the time I come to Lagos, your mother can come. As the girl traveled from Lagos to Osogbo, she fell into labor and had a child. And the child had a hole in heart and needed an incubator. The incubator is designed for those with a hole in heart. That incubator in Osogbo was used to save the man's grandchild.
Wow.
So when the man came for the naming ceremony, they now told him that that incubator he bought was what was used to save your grandchild.
Wow.
So that is the impact of humanitarian work. You don't know
who you're going to
save with the money you are contributing.
That's true.
So when Rotarians come to meet you to support them in all these campaigns, I will appreciate people understand the dynamics that the child you might save might be your own down the line.
Absolutely. Okay, well, press for time before we go. Let's wrap up with this. How are you guys dealing with, in every organization, there are bad eggs. Let's tell ourselves the truth. How do you guys deal with possibly some bad eggs in the Rotary organization?
Well, like you said,
if at all there is.
Yes, okay, that is if there is. And of course, I will not say there are no bad eggs. There are bad eggs everywhere in our churches, in our mosques. Every organization has bad eggs. But what do? We really do not focus so much on the bad eggs. In Rotary, we have a mission. That is to do good in the world. That's our focus. As long as we keep achieving our aims of doing good, as long as everybody keeps coming to support our effort of trying to eradicate polio, carry out projects in the 7 areas of focus, I think we're good. Okay.
So, your final words to mothers who are always the ones carrying the children that they meet, because the father will not be there when they come to say, let's vaccinate, give your child polio vaccination. Final words.
Vaccines are safe.
Okay.
Polio vaccine is very, very safe. And it doesn't have an overdose. Okay. So you can immunize your baby for 100 times, 10 times. It does not have an overdose. Whenever you see a health worker, whenever you see a Rotarian, whenever they come around to vaccinate your child, please happily bring out your child. Okay. We don't want to have, we don't want to have any child crippled. We don't want to have any child's future
with deformity.
Being mad because the child is deformed. So we're saying, please always bring out your babies for immunization.
Thank you, Rotarian Anthony Wogire, the District Governor of Rotary 9141, and Kelechi Ekeze, Secretary of District 9141. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me.